Your tongue can taste words before you speak them. Scientists discovered taste receptors fire in patterns matching the shapes your mouth will form, creating phantom flavors of language itself. Every conversation you've ever had was seasoned with the taste of its own syllables. Right this second, your brain is deleting reality. Not metaphorically, literally erasing things from your vision. Your blind spots aren't empty. They're filled with fabricated information your mind invents based on surrounding patterns. You're looking at a world that's partially fiction, painted in by neurons that decided what should be there. The number 37 appears in nature more than any other prime. From the angle of plant growth to the temperature of human bodies in Celsius, 37 emerges like a cosmic signature. Mathematicians call it the universe's favorite prime, but nobody knows why reality keeps choosing it. Inside your bones, crystals are singing. Hydroxyapatite minerals vibrate at ultrasonic frequencies, creating a symphony you'll never hear. These crystalline structures are piezoelectric, generating electricity with every movement. Your skeleton is both an instrument and a power plant. There's a moment between sleeping and waking where you can control reality. In hypnagogic states, your brain applies dream logic to real sensory input. Artists have harvested ideas from this threshold for centuries. Edison held steel balls while napping, dropping them to wake at the perfect moment of hybrid consciousness. Gravity doesn't pull you down. You're falling through curved space-time, following the straightest possible path through warped dimensions. What feels like falling is actually inertia through geometry. The Earth isn't pulling you, it's bending the universe around you. Your fingernails know the future. They respond to hormonal changes weeks before your conscious mind notices anything wrong. Doctors can read illness in nail growth patterns like fortune tellers, except the predictions are retrospective. Your body writes medical histories in keratin. Trees can learn. When giraffes browse acacia leaves, the trees pump toxins into their foliage and release ethylene gas warning nearby acacias. Trees that have never been browsed somehow know to prepare defenses. They're teaching each other about dangers they've never faced. Empty space weighs something. The quantum vacuum has mass, creating a cosmic pressure that pushes the universe apart. Even nothingness has weight. The void between atoms is heavier than the atoms themselves. You're mostly made of heavy nothing. Pain travels through your body at different speeds. Sharp pain races at 20 meters per second, while dull aches crawl at 2 meters per second. Your nervous system operates multiple timelines simultaneously. A stubbed toe sends messages that arrive like staggered telegrams from different eras. Crystals can store human consciousness. Researchers encoded brain patterns into quartz lattices that maintain the information for months. The same minerals in your smartphone might one day hold entire personalities. Your thoughts could outlive you in stone. Some humans see time. Synesthetes with time-space associations perceive months as physical locations around their bodies. January might hover to their left while December sits behind them. They navigate temporal geography invisible to everyone else. Your pupils dilate when you imagine bright lights. Just thinking about the sun makes your eyes physically prepare for brightness that isn't there. Imagination triggers real biological responses. Your body can't tell the difference between thoughts and reality. Water remembers, not metaphysically, but through hydrogen bond networks that maintain structural patterns for femtoseconds. Every glass of water carries molecular memories of its journey. The water you're drinking remembers being clouds, rivers, other beings. There are colors hiding between colors. Impossible colors like reddish-green exist in the gaps where your visual system breaks down. Scientists can force you to see them using controlled eye movements. Your reality has secret hues waiting in the spaces between perception. Silence is loud. In anechoic chambers, the absence of sound becomes overwhelming. You hear your blood flowing, joints creaking, lungs expanding. True quiet doesn't exist because you are inherently noisy. Even your thoughts have acoustic signatures in neural firing. Your heart has its own brain. 40,000 neurons form an independent nervous system that makes decisions without consulting your head. It remembers trauma, recognizes patterns, and sends more signals up than it receives down. You're thinking with your chest right now. Ice forms differently when you're watching. Observer effects in crystal formation create patterns influenced by consciousness. Water molecules somehow respond to attention. Reality shifts based on who's looking. Even freezing is collaborative. Some materials age backwards. Self-healing polymers grow stronger over time, reversing entropy locally. Scientists created plastics that improve with damage. Breakdown becomes buildup. Decay runs in reverse in pockets of our universe. Your dreams are contagious. People sleeping in the same room show synchronized REM patterns and report similar dream themes. Unconscious minds leak across the darkness. You might be dreaming someone else's dreams without knowing it. Photosynthesis is quantum. Plants use superposition to test all possible energy paths simultaneously. Every leaf is a quantum computer calculating the best route for sunlight. The green world around you runs on impossible physics. You blink in patterns that reveal your thoughts. Cognitive load changes, blink rates predictably. Liars blink differently than truth-tellers. Your eyelids broadcast mental states in Morse code nobody consciously reads, but everyone unconsciously understands. Some atoms in your body are currently in two places at once. Quantum superposition doesn't stop at the microscopic scale. Parts of you exist in multiple locations simultaneously. You're already practicing being everywhere by being anywhere. Sound can refrigerate. Thermoacoustic cooling uses sound waves to pump heat. The right frequency can freeze water. Every concert is potentially a cryogenic experiment. Music contains the blueprint for ice. Your saliva changes flavor based on your mood. Stress makes it bitter, while happiness adds sweetness. You're literally tasting your emotions. Every meal is seasoned with your state of mind. Shadows have temperature, not from blocking heat, but from radiative cooling. Shadow edges create thermal gradients that insects use for navigation. Darkness has its own climate. You cast weather wherever you walk. The universe might be pixelated. At Planck scale, space-time could be digital rather than smooth. Reality might render like a video game, with fundamental units too small to detect. You could be living in cosmic Minecraft. Your brain generates random numbers. Neural noise creates true randomness that computers can't replicate. You're a biological entropy generator. Every thought adds chaos to the universe's information content. Metals have memory. Shape memory alloys return to program forms when heated. They remember their original shape at the atomic level. Matter can be trained. Your car might one day fix its own dents by remembering being undamaged. Some frequencies make sand behave like water. Vibration can liquefy granular materials. Deserts could become temporary oceans with the right sound. Solid and liquid are negotiable states dependent on rhythm. Your skin can hear. Pressure waves from sound trigger the same mechanoreceptors as touch. You're feeling every conversation. Words physically impact your body. Speech is long-range touch. Loneliness changes your DNA. Social isolation triggers genetic expressions that increase inflammation. Solitude rewrites your source code. Your genome responds to your social life. Connection is coded in your cells. Lightning creates antimatter. Terrestrial gamma-ray flashes produce positrons above thunderstorms. Every storm is a particle accelerator. Your local weather includes annihilation events. Rainy days birth antiparticles. Your memories compete for survival. Neurons hosting similar memories fight for resources. Forgetting is cellular warfare. Your past is battling itself for the right to exist. Only the strongest moments survive. Magnets can levitate living things. Diamagnetic levitation has floated frogs, grasshoppers, and theoretically could lift humans. With enough Tesla, everything flies. Gravity is just the strongest local force until it isn't. Time moves differently for your feet than your head. Gravitational time dilation means your lower body ages slower than your upper body. You're aging asymmetrically. Your toes are younger than your thoughts. Some songs are physically impossible to forget. Earworms exploit cognitive loops that resist erasure. Certain melodies become permanent residents. Your brain has squatter's rights for specific sequences. Music can colonize minds. Your stomach has taste buds. Gut receptors detect nutrients and toxins, sending flavor signals to your brain. You're tasting with your entire digestive system. Flavor doesn't end at your tongue. Quantum tunneling happens in your nose. Smell might work through electron tunneling rather than shape recognition. You're detecting molecules through impossible physics. Every scent is a quantum event. Words physically change your brain. Reading rewires neural pathways in real time. Every sentence restructures synapses. This script is performing surgery on your consciousness. Language is a technology that hacks wetware. The earth hums. At 783 hertz, the Schumann resonance creates a planetary heartbeat. You're living inside a gigantic bell that never stops ringing. The ground beneath you is singing too low to hear. Your future decisions influence your present brain state. Readiness potentials suggest reverse causation in neural systems. Tomorrow's choices echo backward. Free will might flow upstream through time. Some crystals generate electricity from heat gradients. Pyroelectric materials create voltage from temperature changes. Your jewelry could power itself. Gems are potentially batteries waiting for temperature. The universe has a delete key. Virtual particles constantly appear and annihilate. Reality has an undo function operating faster than perception. Existence includes its own eraser. Something and nothing dance perpetually. Your eyes project light. Biophotons emit from retinas during vision. You're not just receiving images but broadcasting them. Seeing is a two-way transmission. Your gaze literally illuminates. Certain words don't exist until you need them. Languages create terms for concepts only when cultures require them. Reality waits for vocabulary. The unnameable becomes nameable on demand. Description creates existence. Your bones conduct sound better than air. Bone conduction bypasses eardrums entirely. You can hear through your skeleton. Your body is an alternative acoustic system. Sound has secret passages through you. Some materials get harder when stretched. Auxetic materials expand when pulled. They violate intuitive physics. Stress makes them stronger. Resistance increases capability. Materials can be taught defiance. The moon tastes like gunpowder. Apollo astronauts reported lunar dust has a distinct burnt odor and taste. Celestial bodies have flavors. Space isn't tasteless. Other worlds come with their own seasonings. Your brain practices reality while you sleep. Dreams are simulations testing response patterns. Sleep is a flight simulator for consciousness. You're training for tomorrow every night. Rest is rehearsal. Electrons might be conscious. Panpsychist interpretations of quantum mechanics suggest fundamental particles have experience. Matter might feel. Every atom could be aware. Consciousness goes all the way down. Time crystals break thermodynamics. They maintain perpetual motion without energy input. Movement without fuel exists. Perpetual motion machines are real at quantum scales. Physics has loopholes. Your breathing influences global wind patterns. Through butterfly effects, every exhalation joins atmospheric circulation. You're part of planetary respiration. Weather includes your breath. The sky remembers your lungs. Some surfaces refuse to get wet. Superhydrophobic materials repel water so completely it bounces off. Wetness becomes optional. Liquid loses its power to cling. Surfaces can be trained to reject reality. The universe might think. Integrated information theory suggests sufficiently complex systems generate consciousness. Galaxies could have experiences. The cosmos might be self-aware. You live inside something that might live. Your spine is a fiber optic cable. Biophotons travel through neural tissue carrying information. You have living lasers in your backbone. Light speaks through your nervous system. Thoughts might literally be illumination. Certain frequencies unlock impossible shapes. Sematics reveals forms that shouldn't exist until sound creates them. Vibration sculpts reality. Music has architectural powers. Sound is a construction tool for physics. Your life started before conception. Epigenetic inheritance means your grandparents' experiences shaped your genes. You're living consequences of their choices. History writes itself in your chromosomes. The past is biologically present. Reality might be running out of resolution. If the universe is computational, it has processing limits. Complexity could exceed capacity. Physics might lag. The simulation could throttle. Reality has a frame rate. You're home to immortal cells. Some stem cells never age. Parts of you are effectively eternal. Death is negotiable at cellular scales. Mortality is a majority vote your cells take. Some always vote no. Sound can bend light. Acousto-optic effects let sound waves redirect photons. Music can steer lasers. Vibration controls illumination. The sonic and photonic worlds are secretly connected. Songs have optical powers. Your thoughts generate measurable gravitational fields. Neural activity creates tiny space-time distortions. Thinking bends the universe slightly. Ideas have weight. Mental effort warps reality. Consciousness curves space. The number zero took thousands of years to invent. Nothingness needed discovering. Absence required recognition. Empty became a quantity. Void needed naming. Nothing was something all along, waiting for notation. Your body is constantly falling apart and rebuilding. 7 years from now, most of your atoms will be different. You're not a thing but a pattern. Identity is a process. You're a river pretending to be a lake. Some infinities are bigger than others. Set theory proves infinite hierarchies of infinite sizes. Endlessness has varieties. Forever comes in flavors. Eternity has magnitudes. Limitlessness has limits. The universe might be one electron. Wheeler's one-electron universe suggests all electrons are the same particle traveling through time. Every spark is the same spark. Electricity might be singular. Current could be one thing everywhere. This moment, as you reach these final words, your brain has been fundamentally altered. Neural pathways that didn't exist 13 minutes ago now fire with new patterns. You've been physically transformed by ideas. The person who started listening no longer exists. You've been replaced by someone who knows that reality itself is far stranger, far more alive, and far more negotiable than any mind can fully grasp. Welcome to the other side of impossible.